Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Time to talk sport as we do Monday through Thursday, and we catch up with the local and my mate Ricky Bartlett. Ricky, how are you?
Good afternoon, Ron. Yeah, I'm very well. Yourself?
Yeah, coronavirus, that's slipped past you, has it? That's good.
Oh, look, I've dodged that one like a Exocet missile from a West Indian fast bowler. Ducked underneath it, swayed out the way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fine at the moment.
Yeah, no sugar? You're not much fun, really, are you, when you think about
it? No, look, I have quit sugar. I've taken sugar out of my coffee. Mind you, I was drinking 12 coffees a day and having a teaspoon in each. So I've decided that was not a very good idea.
Yeah, listen. You should have asked me first, you know. We could have fixed this about maybe 4 years ago. I mean, for goodness sake.
I've learnt my lesson about asking you things, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's your attitude, that's fine. Must go. All right, let's talk some golf. And an outstanding, well, it was an outstanding tournament anyway. But just to watch it unfold in the last round, when, you know, probably anyone from... any of 12 people could have won it, couldn't they? And all of a sudden, a 23-year-old, and there's only been 3 more before him that have ever won a title like this, and they're pretty good, the 3 of them. It was outstanding.
Oh, like you, Ron, I watched the last day with bated breath. I mean, it was all set up after the first 3 rounds to be an epic final day. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, the course was just fantastic. It was just an awesome viewing course. It was fantastic to watch. It was obviously hard for the players. And but this young guy, like you say, he really just shone. I mean, he's been a legend since he left college. And he did his full 4 years at college, and he passed his exams, came out on tour, and has just been exemplary ever since. And I was looking at his putting stats today, and inside 5 feet, he made 50 out of 51, which I can assure you is not an easy thing to do at any time, let alone in the USPGA.
It was just outstanding. All the players, as I say, I mean, it was, you know, you're going about and you think, can he get up and win it? Is he going to be there? Is he not? And it was swayed. But it really, in the end for me, and I mentioned this before we went to air, was that 16th hole when it was just outstanding. It was...
Well,
it's brilliant.
He just chipped in, hadn't he? In the previous hole, he just chipped in from off the green where, you know, he'd messed up what was quite a straightforward iron shot, relatively speaking, and he'd been short of the green, came over, chipped it in, and took some real energy from that to the next hole. And then, what a shot. I mean, it was a drivable par 4 for these guys, but not many had actually hit the green or made what was good to be a relatively easy eagle putt, but he did. He got up there, put an absolute beauty in, and wow, it was just fantastic viewing, wasn't it? And there was a lot of noise when he made the putt, even though there were no spectators, which was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's the other thing, isn't it? Mind you, there seemed to be quite a few on the edges. On the edges. In the
there was a few holes in those.
Yeah, there were some holes in there. It was great, though. I really enjoyed it. And to be fair, you know, a couple of guys, and one of my favourite players, who had a chance, certainly had a chance, he had a couple of bad ends. That was all it virtually was. Otherwise, he probably would have won it.
DJ you were talking about, I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, he just looked so solid and so good for such a long period of time, but he really just couldn't get anything going, could he? He hung on at the top because he was leading, but then, you know, he made a couple of little errors and that cost him, and he just couldn't seem to get anything going. And, you know, it was Morikawa who shot, what was it, a 6 under par, bogey-free round at the end of the day to bring it home. But, you know, there was some spectacular golf from all of them, you know, from DeChambeau, from all of them, apart from our man Brooks Koepka. It was very, very surprising to see him fall off the pace, having looked so solid. So, you know, it just goes to show it can be anybody's day. But I felt a bit for Paul Casey as well. He's, you know, he's getting to the end of his days. He had a fantastic opportunity there, and he just couldn't finish it off. But you know, this is what this guy did, and hats off to him.
Yeah, and I just wonder if for Casey that might be the end of a chance, the end of a road.
Yeah, you get those really good opportunities. I remember Colin Montgomery had an absolute stellar opportunity to win, and he managed to blow it on the last hole. And it was that one chance that he had. I mean, Sergio's taken his one chance, and I don't know if he'll get another one. But, you know, at the end of the day, maybe Paul Casey will be just a little bit short on the majors.
Yeah, he may well be too, but it was scintillating golf. It really was. It was just very, very, very special. All right, let's click into a little bit of cricket now as well. Again, what's been happening with the cricket in England? What happened?
Oh, the Bob Willis Trophy is up and running, so they've had a couple of rounds now of games that are 4-day games, from what I can tell, and funnily enough, Somerset are doing very well. But obviously, they also started a 3-test series against Pakistan, and England managed to pull off what was a fantastic victory. Actually, glad you mentioned it, by chasing down 277 on the last day, which was pretty spectacular against a pretty good bowling lineup from Pakistan. So, yeah, they'll take a lot of confidence from that into the next test, which, of course, won't have Ben Stokes in it because he's coming over to New Zealand. And it'll be interesting to see if he has to do 2 weeks mandatory isolation, which I hope he does have to.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I'm sure he will have it. Certainly, if it might be easier to go through Christchurch. Just don't go the other way from Auckland. I don't know. It could be okay with him, but it's good he's having that break and catching up with his father, who's been pretty ill, hasn't he?
Exactly. I mean, it must be a pretty serious reason for him to be over here. He wouldn't miss 2 tests otherwise. So, yeah, probably a sad reason, but I'm glad that he can get out here anyway. Yeah, for sure. All right, a lot of football coming up, isn't there? Lots and lots of it. Lots of football coming up, not much happening at the moment. But, yeah, the Champions League obviously is coming up. But the big tip, you're keeping your eye on the A-League, Ron. No doubt you're watching that with, close scrutiny, watching how the Phoenix are getting on. And the fact that they have a very, very realistic chance this year, and the last round's coming up. And if they can get a win and potentially Melbourne City fall over, then the Phoenix could come second and have a really good advantage coming into the finals. So you never know. This could be the year, Ron.
Well, it could be, and to be fair, they deserve it for all the work they put into it. It looks a pretty snappy side, though, at the moment, doesn't it? I mean, it gets out and plays. It's none of the rubbish just thumping it downfield. I mean, they play the game.
They're playing a very good style of football. They're attractive to watch. They're getting results. They're being taken seriously by every team, and it's not one of those things now where they've made the finals and the first team they play will be looking forward to it. It'll be a totally different story, and the Phoenix will be competitive.
It's a pretty young side too, isn't it? Which is always good.
Well, younger than you.
Well, everybody's younger than me. Even you are.
It's true.
Although without the sugar, I don't know. All right, it's good to talk to you, and you have a nice rest of the week, won't you? You be very careful if you're going out to play golf. You've got to be 26 metres away from anybody.
It won't be too hard with my game at the moment. Okay. But I've also got sugar withdrawal, so I need to be careful.
All right, matey. Good to talk to you. We'll catch you next week, eh?
Thanks, Rob.
All right, that is Ricky Bartlett here on your live and local station, Beach FM.
106.3 Beach FM.